Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. As-salatu was-salamu ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Naeem Badiuzzaman and I'm based here in the UK. I pray that Ramadan finds all of you and your loved ones and everybody in our community well, safe, and of course, in a state of worship and service to the community in the last few hours of Ramadan for this year. I am exceptionally happy to be speaking to you again. In the last session, we spoke about the benefit of doing a transformational deed in Ramadan, an example of a transformational deed, and how we can continue to keep our relationship with the mosque even after Ramadan, and with Ramadan even, despite the end of the period. I hope it was a useful session and encouraged us to think more about it and importantly act. It was a good reminder for myself and helped me appreciate the efforts of those who have started these institutions. I think it is also important, as much as we can, to start adapting the things that we do to a way that it benefits Ramadan. Like, for example, we've already extended the number of rakahs that we do. We've extended the number of hours and the number of pages that we devote to reading the Quran, which has its own unique thawab. I know a lot of us easily say, stay away from social media, isolate yourself. If you are using social media, maybe it is time for you to think of how you can use social media for greater good. And it's not just sharing of material that is an easy forward, that is everybody, but actually checking up with people to see how they're doing, how they are refining Ramadan, and also asking them to pray for you, and also asking them to share with you the stories from the seerah that you think would help them. And if it is a story that made a huge change in their lives, what is stopping you from, messaging your friend and asking them, this Ramadan, what was that hadith that kept stuck to your mind and inspired you to do better in a month? You can use that. And that's a good way of using things around social media. And also remember, there are small habits that we also need to pick up and use the opportunity to speak about Ramadan. Like, for example, when you're at work or when you're at a social gathering and people offer you food, instead of just when it is the time of iftar, when it is not the time of one having food or before iftar, don't just say, no, thank you. Make an effort to say, I'm fasting, it's the month of Ramadan, so I will be only eating after Sahur, so thank you very much. This is an opportunity where every single individual or touch point that you meet, you've actually said the word Ramadan and thereby start doing the dawah. I mean, always make sure there is an opportunity even in the last few hours where you have the opportunity to speak about Ramadan, because at the moment Ramadan is now becoming a bigger and a popular thing because of the several iftars and the several news items that we do. But also in personal relationships, people should start feeling why we take this very important, why it is special for us, and we use the opportunity. So today I thought it is useful to hone in on two specific points. Number one, remember that actions are judged by their endings. That's the first one. And the second one, start on your post-Ramadan plan. So these are the two things. Remember that actions are judged by their endings, and start on your post-Ramadan plan. The reason the first point is important today is because we are now a bit worried whether we'll have enough of days left for us to do the things that we wanted to do spiritually through rituals and through worship. The very famous Hafiz Ibn Rajab had actually said, O servants of Allah, Ramadan is ending and very little of it remains. So whoever from you has spent it well so far, please make sure you finish it the same way. And whoever is falling behind, and I would raise my hand, should finish it in the best manner, for the reward of actions are determined by their ending. Allah, this is a thing where Allah is watching and the angels are praying. So finish it in the best manner, for the reward of actions are determined by their ending. That should be the one that should motivate us. So that's the first point. The second point is start on your post-Ramadan plan. Start thinking, what habits can we continue? For example, if we have walks, if we take evening walks or morning walks, maybe those walks can be walks to the mosque. Maybe we should start thinking of, let's say, when we have get-togethers in the month of November or December or January, perhaps we can convert those get-togethers to a community iftar or a sunnah iftar. What happens is you are then reminded of the activity of fasting, and it is in much easier conditions. Also, you are getting an opportunity to speak about Ramadan again. And thirdly, there is ajr in Sunnah fast. There will always the point, well, is Saturday a day, is Sunday a day, it's not Monday, it's not Thursday. These are all discussions for fiqh and for bigger discussions, but maybe we can consider doing those things. And there will be several among, like, for example, there will be, if there are, and this is very common for almost all of us, for ladies or for gents, maybe we all as a small group decide that we will collectively repay or collectively choose a date in one of these months where we can all break the fast together and make up the fast that we've missed for whatever reason. If you're traveling or it is that time of the month, maybe we can start thinking of community iftars for the missed. These are things that we can start thinking about in your post-Ramadan plan. And also, given that it is so close to Eid, when we do buy gifts also, let us also in the future think of gifts that will also be used for ibadah. Like, for example, if someone's going into a new house, use it as an opportunity to buy a prayer rug. Use it as an opportunity to buy a mushaf or the stand of a mushaf. So every time that they use, you can use it. So start on your post-Ramadan plan, because remember, Ramadan is the opportunity for you to push hard. Now it is maintenance. So once again, I'm going to repeat the 2 points that we spoke today. Is remember that actions are judged by their endings. And 2, start on your post-Ramadan plan. Ameen Ya Rab. Let us pray for each other and that we continue to capitalize on the bounty that is offered by Ramadan. And with these few words, I bid you farewell and I say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and hope to see you tomorrow, inshallah.